You know what? You got us so soon in the process, we don't have an official title yet. Okay. So sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah,
it'll probably have the word flood, and it'll probably have the word 1913 in it, but I don't know what else yet. It's a look backward and a look at now and a look forward. In other words, we're going to show you a really bad disaster that happened here in Indiana. Then we're going to tell you what's going on now to try to keep those kind of disasters from happening again. And then we're going to kind of give you some ideas of what you, as a citizen or as an organization, might be able to do to keep it out in the future from happening. So, you know, kind of a look back, look at now, look forward. I think the program will be, can be of interest to people other than people in Indiana. Number one, I'll bet most people you go up to on the street here in Indianapolis or anywhere around Indiana and say, tell me what you know about the Great Flood of 1913. They'd go, there was a Great Flood in 1913? I'd never heard of it. So, number one, we're all on a level playing field there. Nobody really remembers it too well. But number two, a natural disaster is a natural disaster, and there are lessons to be learned. No matter whether it happened in your city or your state or, you know, across the country. So yeah, it's human drama, it's loss of life, it's loss of property, and everybody can identify with that. The toughest thing about this project so far has probably been just organizing all the information coming in. Number one, there is a lot of information from the history of it, a lot of photographs, even some motion pictures. But beyond that, like I say, we want to talk about what people are doing today in FEMA and Homeland Security, places like that, people who are working very hard to protect us from these kind of disasters. And just weaving all the threads into one nice tapestry has been a little tough. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, a lot of legislation has occurred since 1913 for floodplains, places you can't build. If you do build there, you have to build so high so that you're protected for sure from damage. But the best idea is don't build there in the first place. I think that's probably it. There are places where you just shouldn't build a house on this planet. Pay attention to that and proceed accordingly. I mean, this is not a half-an-hour historic documentary. You know, we could talk about the flood of 1913 for the whole half hour, but we're not. It might get half of the show. It might get a little less than half the show. Then we got to show you what's going on now and what should go on in the future. Okay. It's fun from my perspective, but that doesn't always mean that it's not more difficult. It's all fun.